Hello, beautiful people. It's Rachel from Suns, and I'm here today to talk about the solar eclipse, Cancer new moon, summer solstice, Father's Day, just the fact that the solar eclipse and Father's Day was on the same day. You know, this eclipse energy and all these energies are going to be staying with us for a while. The eclipse stays up to 6 months affecting us. So, I just thought I would share with you this big spread I did with the Sacred Rose deck and just have a little talk about what I saw and what I found. I did give these cards Reiki energy. I gave my hands, Reiki energy. I'm a Reiki master. I love the symbols. I love doing that. When you put the symbols in, it's basically saying, put the power here. And that's just so powerful as an intention, even when you set your intentions and say, put the power here. And the other symbol says, open the books and read. So it's tapping into this influx of energies it's rushing in from other dimensions, which this eclipse has opened up a big window, door, portal, whatever you want to call it. Those spiritual energies are rushing in, and all we have to do is open up. Open eyes, open ears, open hearts, open hands, and trust. They're these beings. They live all around us, and they want to help us. So receive, trust. At the heart of the matter, right away, it was Two of Cups. How beautiful. We just had this big thunderstorm here, and with the star underneath, I feel like that water energy, that Cancer new moon is just so prevalent right now. Feminine energy, masculine energy, men and women on equal footing, standing together toward each other and saying, we're equal. I feel like this is a much less sexual vibe, gender vibe, and more heart-centered action. This clarified with the Six of Wands, and that's definitely balanced out, heart-inspired actions toward others. Really, look at all the other wands underneath. It's someone who leads in their lives, and the actions right now are about the good of all, the good of many, and not just one. This face, if you can see this person's face, it's very satisfied, but not in a pompous way, not in that unhealthy ego way. I feel like healthy ego is playing out a lot in this spread as something that we're building towards. So yes, let's face it, women are still not considered equal to men. That's just the truth. And I feel like if you don't respect mother, if you don't respect that feminine energy, the mother archetype, if you don't respect mother, you end up, let's see, how else can I put that? If you respected mother, you wouldn't be murdering her children, innocent people. If you respected mother, you wouldn't be wasting her resources. You wouldn't be hoarding her resources. You wouldn't be denying some people resources and giving more to others. This is definitely this look, Queen of Cups. This showed up. This is who we're being called to be right now: nurturers, protectors, artists, creatives, storytellers, listeners, comforters, for sure. You know, look at this. This is what card was in support of the Two of Cups, this cornucopia, this 10 of Pentacles. Abundance. The principles of abundance. I was, I'm drawing my own tarot deck, and I've been Emperor. That's the one. I open up the book and I close my eyes and I point it, and Emperor. And we are so in an Emperor year. It's a 4-year in numerology. It's systems and structures crumbling, and egos flaring, and greed abounding. And I was researching Aries then, and Mars. And, it's ironic that Mars is having this long stint in Aries, 6 months. 6 months. 6. And I was researching Mars and Aries, and I came across the Sabian symbol. I don't know. If you don't know what those are, Google it. They're intuited symbols. Beautiful. And 24 came up as something, it just caught my eye, and it's this beautiful image of this open window, and that has a mesh curtain, and the wind comes and blows that curtain inward, and it takes on the shape of a cornucopia. And so what are those messages? Open window, open eyes, open minds, open hearts, blowing inward, going inside, doing that inner work so that you can show up full, getting the blood up, getting the juice up, getting the backbone up again. We're coming in here as the Wheel of Fortune. Whoa, that's us. The Wheel of Fortune energy. We're asking, like Gandhi said, you must be the change you want to see in the world. You must be the change that you want to see in the world. So we're showing up as the change. That's what we're being asked to show up as. Look at these eyes. Crystal clear, so direct. So clear. The snake, another symbol of death. We'll look at death a lot in this, I think. This card came up with Knight of Cups. So look at the difference in the eyes. How direct. It's like you show up. You be the change. You be the example. You live the example. Don't just talk the example, but live it. And look at his eyes or her eyes. Passive, meditative, misty. That Neptune in Pisces action we've got going on until 2026. Whoa, that's watery, that's emotional, that's much different energy than this. But both are still moving. Both are still moving. The Knight is definitely action. But everyone is going to show up differently. Some people can show up as this direct. They're ready for this. They're ready for this type of change and quick change and power and almost demanding attitude. And some people are going to show up like this. And perfect. Wherever you are, as long as you're showing up to be that change, it's good. It's really good. Some people aren't, they work on things in a much different way. They're much more passive. And that's fine. Not everyone has to be the same way, right? Exactly. Not everyone has to be the same way. We have Death and the Hierophant showing up together. The Taurus card, Scorpio. You know, at the beginning of this year, January, everyone's been talking, all the astrologers have been talking about it, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. This column. Oh, it's like it could be translated as the taskmaster of death. Saturn-Pluto, or the lessons of transformation. And then now we're 6 months later, you know, and that pandemic just happened. Boom. Boom. And it just, bam. Yeah, exactly. In the past, we have the 8 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands is bam. We're done. This is over. You know, it's karmic, but it's here. You know, things have been, every single moment has been working up to this, but 8 is bam. We're here. We're changed. We're changed. Everything's changed. The world we know it, it's already dead. Some people are just slow to realizing that. All these systems, all these hierophants, systems, customs, traditions, are in a complete state of transformation, a complete state of death. And it is scary, right? It has been really fearful. You know, also I see this as Earth, you know, our Earth, and it's complete transformation. You know, when we took this quarantine and everyone kind of stayed inside and there was no traffic and all the animals were coming back out and the ozone was fixing itself, that was so inspiring to me. I absolutely felt so joyful reading those stories, seeing those stories. It was so inspiring. And I just wish that, you know, our government and its systems would be inspired by that. Inspired by those comforters, those nurses showing up, sacrificing their lives to save our lives, those essential workers working in the middle of a pandemic to feed us. You know, I wish our government was so inspired by that they just helped everyone by giving a basic income so that people could feel, whoa, I can just settle. I can just balance out. I can just feel like I'm in safe hands, in secure hands, so that, you know, I don't have to take, maybe I don't have to take those risks, you know, because this is like we're all getting this, we're all planting the garden of ourselves, which is so, that's the potential of this, and it's beautiful. Planting the garden of ourselves, and right now is this turning over the soil. You know, we're going deep, deep down to get those nutrients that are way down there and bring them to the top. And that's not easy. That's not easy work. And that is the work of the star. Where is my star? Oh, she's lost now, but she was there. She was there. Yes, here she is. That is the work of the star. To go deep down, diving down into that, into your fears, into your subconscious, into that junk that holds you back from moving forward. You know, we want to be healthy gardens. We want to be able to show up for people as being safe hands for other people. I love it that there was a thunderstorm today, this Cancer new moon, that water energy and this energy for dipping that leg down into the water. And also the hair flying up. You know, it's not either or. It's not just earth and systems and crumbling and, oh my God, all of this tangible worries and stuff. It's not just about that. It's also about connecting that to, you know, we're asked in this, along with the Knight of Pentacles, we have Four of Wands, look at that. Those children playing as they build something. We want our time on earth to be joyful. We want our work to be aligned through our hearts. That's what we want, and that's what we deserve. And I feel like, this is a potential outcome. These two, this growing the garden of ourselves and holding our inner child, supporting our inner child, having systems that support our joy, our quality of life. How wonderful would that be? If we came out of this whole thing refreshed, invigorated, rebirthed. If we could rest right now, if we could take this medicine, if we were allowed that time. But the inner child, I was going through this really hard time in my life, and I was having trouble sleeping, and so I would listen to Louise Hay, and I'm sure a lot of you have, and she did that thing where she talked about making yourself as small as you could and putting yourself inside of your heart. And that's how it makes me want to tap. If you want to tap too, I love tapping and energy work. So if you want to tap all the way down your sternum and breathe, that's a wonderful thing to do to reset your energy body. Tapping all along your chest is really, really good. I just do it really, just make a little drum. Whew. Yeah. Two of Pentacles in the past. I feel like they look a little, secretive. It feels like, some of this spread is a little bit haves and have-nots. And I feel like these are the haves. And they're meeting in secret, and we're moving away from that. We're moving away from cliques of people, I guess. I don't want to say evil, but it's all I can think of with the snake going down. And the humanitarian vibe right now is the road you want to be on. Anything greedy or secretive or sneaky or, we want trust in our lives. We want to be able to be trusted, and we want to be able to trust our government. We want to be able to trust our bosses. We want to be able to trust ourselves. So if we can't take care of our inner child, if we can't, inner children, kids just know what they like, what makes them feel great, what makes them feel good. Trust your feelings. Trust that if you're not feeling good, then it's a signal. Believe me, I've spent a long times in my life not feeling good and trying to justify it, to keep myself secure, to not confront, to not hurt other people, but not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. What else is here? Yes. The Queen of Cups is showing up with the Nine of Wands. I feel like instead of meshing your back with someone else, those expectations of stability from the outside right now. We're having to really find that from within. Finding our sense of stability and security from within. I think this is so powerful. This is just straight through the middle truth. Integrity, backbone. You know, and we're moving towards, at the end of the year, that other column is going to come down in December. Saturn, Jupiter. 9. The lessons of actions. I feel like this just goes straight to that Saturn, Jupiter, that the lessons of growth, the lessons of expansion, the lessons of truth, the taskmaster of truth. Wow. Yes. You know, the Queen of Cups, this feminine energy, is yes, a nurturer, yes, an artist, yes, a feeler, she's compassionate, but she is also tough love, destructive, last word, not the cocktail. Oh, I love those. Destructive, you know, the sickle, the cutting out, she will cut you. You know, and I feel like our earth is giving us so many signals. The earth's blessing right now, you know, is death. And you know, it's scary sometimes to actually do this. The consciousness of your actions. Sometimes it's easier to not show up, make excuses, justify. Underneath, we have 4 of Cups in reverse. We're completely moving away from apathy. You know, there's something about all of this change that it just feels so, it's so scary, but it's also so juicy. People are getting, there's a momentum. Is enthusiasm the right word? There's just a quickening, an awakening happening, you know, and also with this, there's the Ace of Pentacles. Our bodies, the systems, the structures that we have in place, cellular turnover, turning over that soil, and what do we want? You know, what is it? It's another 6 of Pentacles. We want balance. We want to feel that we're in safe hands. We want to show up as those safe hands. We want harmony. We want peace. You know, we don't want to be pushed down. We don't want to feel ashamed. We don't want to be ashamed for not being as others expect us to be, for not having as much resources or money as other people. You know, everyone's original spark, everyone's inner child has a gift. I feel like we are completely changing our ideas of success that's been handed down to us by our fathers, our mothers, maybe society, consumerism, hierarchy, patriarchy, the emperor. Complete completely new. What else is here? The actual outcome doesn't look so hot. And I wonder why we have this beautiful Four of Wands, the children, this voluptuous Nine of Pentacles, this treasuring, this cherishing, growing, building, this diagonal magnetism, dynamic joy, play in our work. We have Justice in reversed and Nine of Swords. Literally, sorrow that there's so much injustice. That seems simple, right? But no, we are feeling it. This time is so emotional. So emotional. And in fact, I need to say this because we have the Five of Wands here. Pinned down, held down by what? His own choices? Anything habitual, anything addictive that we do, that we've waged a war on ourselves. Doesn't even have to be a substance, although it could be. Anytime I used to not be able to say my R's, wage a war on ourselves. We can't show up for anyone else because we're tied up in that little pretzel knot. You know, I used to smoke, and I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would feel such guilt. Why am I doing this to myself? That taste, it just... And I finally got sick of that war, that question. It was just too much. And thank God I was able to quit. Reiki, breath work, that is powerful stuff. Also being amongst other people, and for me, when I sit in a circle and I talk with other people, the tears whoa. Sometimes you don't know how much feeling you have inside of you. I was blown away. I thought, are these tears ever going to stop? And this older woman, I'll never forget, she came up to me and she said, this was in a yoga training actually, it wasn't therapy or anything, but it felt like it. She said, I know that you're embarrassed of your crying, all of your tears, but you don't realize how much of a gift it is to be able to feel your feelings. And there are some people that can't, and I know that, and they avoid it at all costs, and that is a shadow aspect of Cancer, the sign Cancer, that new moon. They sidestep it, they avoid it, they don't like being wrong, they don't like admitting they're wrong. They can actually accumulate a lot of things around them to keep their minds busy away from feeling. But right now, we are definitely being called to feel. That is the first part of healing, is actually feeling it. So if you're scared right now, or lately I've been having a lot of procrastination station. There's a lot of things I think I want to do, and then I just keep procrastinating in those thoughts in my head. And, you know, Maybe it's the North Node in Gemini that's that curiosity, that air that goes around. And that energy is really prevalent too. That inner child asking, why? How come? But how come? Why? You know, this person, this proud person here with this healthy ego, this person, which we hope to be, can handle, they're so solid in their backbone, in their truth, that they can handle someone asking them why. Someone who has a different opinion, a different truth, a different perception, shows up completely differently. These people are open to listening. They can educate. They can definitely stand in their truth, but they can handle someone else asking why. We need to ask why right now. We need to ask why things are the way that they are. We need to not back down. We need to burn a little bit. We need to burn. You know, there's a lot of fives here too. The Five of Pentacles. There's a Five of Cups. These were on the bottom of the deck. There's loss here. There's a lot of loss. A lot of conflicting feelings. Two of Swords came out. Little bit of blood there. A little bit of red dripping down. I love that they're blindfolded. I love that the guardian angel in the Lovers is blindfolded. Calling on that higher power, trusting it, intending it, putting the power here between you and another person. Your intention is to be able at the end to call that person a sister or a brother. Love. That's the bottom line here. That is definitely the bottom line. Put the power here. I love that. And the last card that came out is an 11 in this deck, which is another 2. So much about relationship. The other. I love this. On the Lion. Instincts, heart, courage. Facing those fears head forward. Knowing it's going to be hard and getting on that road anyway. You know, I want you to think about something maybe you've been procrastinating on or thinking about, or like just maybe a wild whim. You know, I got a wild whim once to take African dance classes. Fun and sweaty and great. I was embarrassed, I was awful, but it was awesome. Maybe now, you know, you want to be safe and you want to be cool, you want to be safe, but maybe there's something that you've just been wanting to do or thought. It just keeps coming in, this little clue. Do it, do it, do it. Well, let's do it. Bite the bullet. Have courage. Do something that makes you feel vulnerable, that makes you feel uncomfortable. A lot of times when we do that, the feelings come rushing in. You know, who said that spiritual work, that inner work, has to be so serious? It doesn't. It doesn't. Joy and play is part of it. You know, the whole thing is that we're learning again how to be variable. We're learning how to flow. Feel in each moment, respond in each moment truthfully, spontaneously, not just impulsively, but expressing with love spontaneously, even if that love is tough love. So pick that thing and do it. I said for 2 years I wanted to draw a tarot deck. And then I read that it took Salvador Dali 10 years to do it. And he's amazing. And I'm not, drawing doesn't come easily to me, but I do love it. I love color. Color heals me. But I started when the quarantine started, and I've got 3 cards done. And like I said, I chose the Emperor this time, or God chose for me. And I'm gonna try again to do it. So I hope this video helped you receive something. I hope you come back if you liked it. Like it. If you didn't, maybe just not for you. I do plan on doing videos for each sign every month. So come back, like, subscribe, stay in touch. Leave comments if you want. I'd love to talk to you. Okay, bye.